Alright, as you can see, we are at 95 trophies right now. In today's video, I'm going to try to show you guys how to get to 100 trophies, which is Hall of Masters, as quickly as you can. We're not going to mess around, and we're only going to be using meta loadouts and meta rushes. Alright, so our first map right here is going to be Sands of Time, and we're going to be running Druid Sub Farm, because that's personally my favorite loadout on this map. I think you guys should definitely try it out. So we're going to starting off with some red balloon eco. Just send a bunch of red balloons to force some defense on your opponent and also to increase your eco. And then we're going to want to send red balloons, but at the end of the round, we're going to want to switch to blues so we can afford our open green foot ear. And I also got a Part Thorns. So just send a couple sets of blues and I'll have my hero down. So you want your hero down so that levels up at the end of the round. And then now you can choose to send reds or send greens. I chose to send greens because greens might do something against him, but I'm gonna go right back to reds. Reds actually give eco a lot faster than greens, so you would want to send reds if you want to get more eco, I guess. And then they're gonna start off with sending us yellows. What we're gonna do is target our druid here to strong. Alright, so my opponent's not going to send us anything. Then we'll also have to go for our Heart of Vengeance. So once we start losing lives, the druid is going to attack pretty fast. Druid's going to attack 1% faster for every life we lose to up to 80. So we're going to want to leak 80 lives here. So your druid on strong, we're just losing a bunch of lives right now. Not that big of a deal. And then you want to target the brambles here. And then have this back on strong. And then if you have a farmer, if you're rich enough to have a farmer, then you place it down. And this is so far not on strong right now, which I don't like, but we'll place down our brambles. You see, now we have brambles down, and then we'll go for Druid of Wrath. Sometimes you can get your increased production before you get up your Druid of Wrath, but you see we leaked 80 lives right now, and then we have our Druid of Wrath. Now our Druid of Wrath attacks twice as fast as it did before we started getting up our Druid leaks in. So our Avatar of Wrath, or Druid of Wrath, our Druid of Wrath now attacks pretty fast now. And then we're going to, as usual, send the highest space balloon available. At round 5, you're going to want to send pinks and then whites and then blacks, just to build up your eco. And then we'll also start placing our brambles on this spot right here. You want to make sure it's just barely out of reach, so that these balloons, so that the natural balloons will come down this line. Don't touch it, don't destroy the brambles. Instead, you just want it to target right here. So yep. And then you could go for a second farm, but I'm going to switch you back to white balloons because white balloons are a little bit slower. So I'm going to get eco a little bit slower, but at the same time I'm going to be spending a little bit less money, so I'm going to be able to afford my banana plantation as quickly as I can here. So yeah, okay, so they're gonna be Jericho stealing from me, which is pretty annoying. But now they're not going to make that much money out of it. Also, because they have Jericho, I'm just gonna sell I sold my banana farmer, just so I can try to avoid some of the steals. So if you don't have enough money, if you don't have 25 bucks in hand, they are not going to be able to steal anything from you. And then now we just keep sending whites or blacks, your choice. I cross-path my banana plantation with middle path. And then round 11, you want to make sure that you either have a reactor or a ballistic missile, or you have enough money to do it. You don't have to just go for the ballistic missile or the reactor. So right now we need the Heart of Thunder because they're sending us zebra balloons. So next round you want to have enough money to go for the ballistic missile, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you go for it. You go for it once your opponent starts sending you stuff. But right now, since my opponent's under defending, we're just gonna send a bunch of zebras and then purples on top of the zebras. And then if you want, you could bloom boost, but what I like to do is force a tower boost first. So you see, I forced the tower boost, and now I have a bloom boost left, and my opponent doesn't. And so you see, I still have a bloom boost right now, right? So what you want to do is wait till round 13. Oops, they're gonna send us that. We're just gonna tower boost this. It's not that big of a deal. Yep. And then this round we're just gonna all out them right now. And we'll bloom boost this, and they don't have a tower boost, so there's going to be absolutely no way that they can defend all of this, and that's an easy first game. We're in our second game. I just placed down my Science Gwendolyn, and as usual send red balloons to eco, and we're going to place down a dart monkey here. But before we do that, we're gonna want to place down a banana farm. You want to get your banana farm as early as you possibly can so that we can get as much money out of it as possible. You know, if you place your banana farm earlier, it's gonna start making us money. So we want to ideally get as much banana farms as we can, as many banana farms as we can, before we start getting up our defense. So here, my opponent's running regular Agent Jericho, so I'm not going to place a farmer down because I want to make sure that I can avoid some of their steal by not having enough money. And for yellow Bloons, we're just gonna want to upgrade this to a chemical cocktail. It's only 40 bucks. It's worth upgrading your hero. Usually it's not worth upgrading your hero, but when it's only 40 bucks for an upgrade, you might want to do it. And then we'll place down our cocktail right here, and we have this set on strong. We have the dart monkey right here set on strong, and we're sending them pink Bloons right now. On round 4, you always want to send pink Bloons. If you have banana farms, always send pink Bloons. Even if you're ecoing, even if you don't have the banana farms, you should also send pink Bloons. So you should send pink Bloons no matter what round 4. And then we're going to target this back on first, and we're going to upgrade this to very quick shots. So this way it's going to pop white Bloons very easily for us. And then we'll go for our second banana farm upgrade. We just want to go for as many banana farm upgrades as we can before we go for defense. And then we're going to go for a Spikle Bolt here. So my opponent's not sending me a lot, but if your opponent is sending you white Bloons, you're going to need a Spikle Bolt right here. So I'm just going to go for it because just for the sake of the video. So my opponent's going to be running Wizard and the Sniper Monkey. Alright, that's some interesting loadout. Let's see if we can beat them again with the same rush as we did last time. So right now we just want to save up for a banana plantation like we did last game. Or some people might like to go for a second farm. So typically you will go for a second farm if you know you can't afford your banana plantation. And then round 7, I'm going to switch back to white Bloons. White Bloons are a little bit slower than black Bloons, so it's going to allow me to save up a little bit more money so that I can get up my banana plantation on time. So, yep. So one more eco boost, I should be able to afford my banana plantation, which would be really nice. There we go. Afforded it perfectly with $8 left. And now we're going to be trying to go for our middle path upgrade. We're going to try to go for a middle path valuable bananas here. So here, so we got to get that up. And you see now my opponent's stealing $0 from me because I have no money. So if you have no money, you can avoid a Jericho steal like that. That way they don't steal that much. We're going to set this back on first just to make it snipe the Bloons that get through. And we're going to also put an ice monkey down. I think we're going to put it down right here. And we're going to upgrade this to a cryo cannon, actually. We're going to upgrade this to a cryo cannon. And we are going to need top path. Oh, you don't want to send group white Bloons. You got to be careful not to accidentally do that like I did right there. You go for a cold snap. And then now if we can force a tower boost out of them, this would be really nice. Just going to send a bunch of Bloons right here. Okay, that didn't do anything because, well, they have that forced out their semi-automatic rifle. So that's enough, I guess. We'll wait now. We'll wait. We're not going to be able to kill our opponent like we did last time. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, that forced out their full auto rifle. Looks like we're not going to be able to rush our opponent that hard anymore. We're going to have to wait until we can rush them. So round 12, sometimes if you have no money, you should send Rainbow Bloons, Space Rainbow Bloons. They give eco really fast. Even though you have banana farms, you still kind of do want a little bit of eco, you know. And they're going to send that at me, in which case I'm going to throw down my chemical cocktail, and I'm going to target this first, and this should be able to shred everything. And then I'm also going to go for a crossbow, because the ice monkey actually can't pop zebra Bloons. So if they were to send us camo zebra Bloons, like they are doing right now, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. We're going to upgrade this to a sharpshooter, and this is going to solo everything. So we're good with this defense. Right now we just want to get up more banana farms and get up more eco. So sometimes you would want eco, but since our strategy is, since our plan right now is to rush them with BFBs and ZOMGs, we're not going to go for that much eco. We want to end the game early. That's the way you get trophies fast. If you go late game, you get trophies a lot slower because each game lasts longer, right? Yeah, common sense. Alright, okay, they're going to steal from us, so we're just going to send Bloons just to make sure we can avoid as much of their steal as we possibly can. Perfect. Alright, We didn't avoid all of their steal, but we did get to avoid a big part of it, so that's going to be really nice. Yeah, we're going to send black balloons to eco. You could also send red balloons or pink balloons or yellow balloons to eco. Those also are pretty effective. I typically send black balloons until I have 1,700 eco, and then I'll start sending pink balloons. And right now, you could, depending on what loadout your opponent has or what defense your opponent already got down, you can send them Moab balloons right here. But since my opponent has kind of a full auto rifle that attacks rather fast, we're not going to be sending them anything, alright? We're going to wait until BFBs are available, and we're going to send them BFBs instead. Alright, since now I have a good 1,500 eco, I'm going to stop. Alright, let me get to 1,500 first, and I'm going to stop, alright? I'm going to stop ecoing right now so that I can afford my banana research facility at the end of round 19. If I can afford my banana research facility at the end of round 19, round 20 is, since round 20 is a very short round because it just contains one regular Moab, I'm going to get a lot of money from my banana farms. So we just want to wait. See, as you can see, this sells for $4,200 and this costs $16,000. So once we have around $12,000, we'll be able to sell this for a banana farm. So sell this for the upgrade, like right now. Boom. Okay, there we go. We got it up perfectly. Our opponent did steal from us, and there wasn't much we can do about it. So that was kind of unfortunate, but since I was saving up for something, I couldn't do that. I couldn't avoid too much of the steal. We're going to go for another crossbow, just to help out here. Just kidding. We're gonna go for 2 sharpshooters. All right. We're going to actually go for another spike pole because the Jericho's adjustment is actually getting a little bit crazy here. So we also sent them a fortified BFB in case you haven't saw, in case you didn't see that. And we're going to go for a marketplace. So after we have our 4th year farm, we don't want to eco anymore. Oh, against a fortified BFB, all we gotta do is go for 10 dart monkeys. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to sell 2 of these. And we're going to use our Super Monkey Fan Club here, and that's going to solo the BFB. But looks like we won first. We would have popped the BFB, the fortified BFB anyway, but looks like our opponent lost to the fortified BFB. So on to the next match. Alright, I see how it is. My opponent is spamming the emote easy at me. Well, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say good game. Looks like they're also a YouTuber, right? They're also a YouTuber. We're gonna see if we can clap our opponent, alright? Well, my opponent's not readying up, so I'll catch you all once we're in the match. Alright, well, since my opponent spammed easy at the queue, I'm just gonna give them a good game because it's already over. If you're playing against Frozen Bloons, it's already over. We're running the strategy of Attack from Wizard, and we're gonna go for Attack Shooter at this spot. Try to get a pixel perfect at where I placed it to maximize the Blaze Shooter. Upgrade that we're going to go for later. We want to go for super range attacks, and we want to go for a decent amount of eco, but not too much eco, because if you send too much eco, you're not going to be able to get up our hero round 1. We want to get up our hero round 1. So we're going Attack from Wizard here. Like I said, some people do like to go Boomerang like my opponent. I think Boomerang is also a pretty good loadout, but I'm going to show you guys Attack from Wizard because on this video, or I kind of do want to show you guys once in this video. I feel like Boomerang, you could use the Boomerang in some other maps, and Attack Shooters is a little bit more map restrictive because you kind of need the good curves in order for the map or for the Attack Shooter to be good. So instead of going for the Blaze Shooter here, you actually want to go for the even faster shooting. So if you go for the even faster shooting, it's actually cheaper than the Blaze Shooter, and we're going to be able to get up our farm, a banana farm round 3. We also want our Star Captain Jericho above our Attack Shooter, and we want it on strong. That was way snipes the strongest balloon that's in this bend, and we're gonna plop down our banana farm. Ideally we have a round 3. Having a round 3 banana farm is pretty important. And we're gonna plop down a banana farmer. If, like I said, if you have enough monkey money, you can go for it. But yeah, since our opponent doesn't have Agent Jericho to steal money against us, we are safe to go for a farmer. And what we want to do now is go for 1 banana farm upgrade. So go for increased production, and we're going to steal. So if you have Star Captain Jericho and you steal, you actually want to send 2 sets of red balloons. Actually 3 sets of red balloons, but since I'm already sending pink balloons, you don't need to send 2 sets of red or 3 sets of red balloons. Anyway, just do that. It's kind of complicated how the Star Captain Jericho's ability works. But anyway, when you use the ability before it's level 6, Right now it's only at level 3, which is below level 6. You would want to send 2 sets of red balloons along with your steel. And then we'll go for our greater production, where you want to get up as many farms as we can. So since my opponent was BMing me and saying that was going to be easy match, which I do agree on. I do agree that's an easy match because it's already over. We already know who's going to win. We already know who's gonna win. We're gonna keep spamming good game at them because they were the first one who spammed the emote easy at me, which was rather toxic, but you know, it is what it is. And we're also okay. This match, some people like to go for a second banana farm, but we're going to go for a banana plantation. So we're gonna stop ecoing once we're at 500 because there is an important upgrade that we need to afford, which is the necromancer. Which we can't get late. If we get from a necromancer late, it's going to be very punishing. So once we're at 5,000, but what am I talking about? Once we're at 520 eco, we're going to stop ecoing. So we are not going to be able to cross path our banana plantation because we need to afford our necromancer. So first I'm going to go for the fireball, but not the wall fire yet. We're going to try to go for our necromancer, which is the 4th upgrade on the bottom path. Now we're going to stop ecoing because our opponent going for more glaives, which is a lot of defense. So my opponent does not have a lot of eco. Typically, if you don't have banana farm, you're going to want to send group eco. So you want to send group balloons to get eco a lot faster. So right now my eco is similar to my opponent's, but I have a slight out farm. So I'm slightly out farming my opponent. I don't think you can disagree on that. And then at round 10, you are going to want to sell your blade shooter to go for your necromancer. And we'll rebuild our blade shooter right here. Rebuild our blade shooter, and we're going to go for a fireball on strong. And then we can cross path our banana farm now. Wait, are they dead to those? Are they dead to that? Did they lose? Well, I saw them leak the camo zebra, but looks like they didn't lose. Oh, I messed up because it's already at level 6, so I didn't need to send the red balloons at my opponent. So I kind of missed out on some steel money. So that was my bad here. They're going to be sending me a lot of black balloons, in which I might go for a blade shooter on. I might go for a blade shooter. Yeah, I might go for a blade shooter again since my opponent's an eco player. If my opponent had banana farms, I might not. You might be wondering why I'm hesitating to go for the wall fire, and the reason is because the wall fire gets extinguished with 1 purple balloon. So if 1 purple balloon touches it, the wall fire instantly goes away. We're gonna go for a marketplace. You kind of want to see what your opponent's doing. So as you can see, my opponent's not sending me a lot of balloons. That's why I'm kind of hesitating to send my opponent balloons. I'm going to tower boost this, and if that becomes too much, we can always go for a blade maelstrom here, and we'll blade maelstrom this. Yep, and I'm going to use my Jericho's ability and send 6 sets of rainbows, and that's going to give us a lot of money. I decided to keep my blade maelstrom because my opponent's really aggressive. Sometimes you could sell it, but I'm gonna decide to keep it in this match because it might come in handy later, and it's not very expensive, I guess. I would rather keep it just to play it safe. You see, and the ability comes back really quickly, so there's nothing wrong with that. My opponent actually has Super Monkey as this 3rd tower, so we're going to want to beat our opponent before they have enough money to spam Super Monkeys all over the map, because that we obviously don't want to go late game because they're going to be able to outlast us. They can pop DDTs, and with Tack Farm Wizard, it's kind of hard to pop DDTs. DDTs and bads, you'd rather not reach. You'd rather beat your opponent before DDTs and bads become an issue. So we'll go for a wall fire now. I feel like now is the time to go for a wall fire. We'll also go for a tax sprayer, and we'll instantly tower boost if our opponent sends us a fortified Moab. We'll instantly tower boost and go for another blade shooter. So we're at 1,100 eco, which is a lot less than what we had last game, but nonetheless we're going to stop ecoing already, just to hopefully see if we can afford our banana research facility. If we can't afford our banana research facility, we'll just go for our marketplace. Also, most of the time, a fortified Moab is a good balloon send, but this match I'm not sending it very often because my opponent already has a Plasma Blast Super Monkey. Also, they sent me a Moab, which didn't do anything. I just gone for the tax barrier because I thought it was fortified at the beginning. Well, it wasn't. You know, the Bloon skins. Okay, well, we're gonna instantly tire boost this. Okay, they sent us 3, which means we're not going to be able to go for a banana research facility anymore. Yep, that was unfortunate. We'll send them a fortified BFB. They spent $6,000 to make sure that I couldn't go for a farm upgrade, which is a lot of money. So we're still going to go for a farm upgrade. We're going to go for a central market. We just didn't get to go for it before round 20. But since they already spent a good $6,000 on sending me rushes, I think it would be worth to send them a fortified BFB. And most likely they're going to not have enough money to defend this. And alright, we can also use this ability and send them a ZOMG. We want to make sure the game ends before we hit round 26, because we can't really pop DDTs. But it's alright. I highly doubt the game is going to get into round 26. And they're going to tower boost this. I'm going to Bloon boost because I already have all 3 Bloon boosts. And they should be dead to this. And even if they pop that, they would have probably lost the game to the ZOMG that we sent them. 2 more left to go, and on to the next match. Alright, 4th match, I think. Took me forever to find an opponent, but that's kind of what happens when you're in ZOMG Superdome. But all good, you're all good. We're in Sands of Times again. I think I played this in the first match, but unfortunate that I had to play the same map twice in the same video. I typically don't like to do that, but I skipped another map that we already played. Anyway, my opponent's going Gwendolyn here. So I don't know. A Gwendolyn user. Not sure what loadout they have. So you always kind of want to like try to predict what loadout they have. So if they have like a late game loadout, obviously you're gonna want to play aggressive. If they have like an early game loadout or like a loadout that doesn't go very well late game, you can try to go late game and play a bit more passively with Druid. Looks like my opponent's actually also going to have the Druid. Alright, they're probably going like a Druid eco loadout. Eco loadouts are kind of more popular in ZOMG Superdome, but I guess I can show you guys how to beat them. They're really not very hard to beat. You just gotta kind of take advantage of their mistakes, and most likely they're gonna make a mistake somewhere or over eco or somewhere. You have to play eco like completely perfectly in order for it to be good, and usually most players aren't going to, especially in ZOMG Superdome, they are not going to play them perfectly. Maybe some Hall of Masters players can, but you see we leaked 70 lives or around 80 lives right here, which is pretty good. They plop down their ability. They're leaking a lot of lives actually. Yeah, we have this on last. We're gonna target this on strong now. Perfect. Yep. And then we'll get up our brambles right here and we'll place it down. They're gonna Bloon boost at us actually. That's gonna be a little bit annoying, but it's not gonna do anything. So once we have our Druid of Wrath, we'll be fine. Actually, yeah, we need a Druid of Wrath and we'll be fine. So yep. So this time we got up a farm upgrade. On the first match, I didn't get up my increased production. I had to go for my Druid of Wrath first, I think. Here, I'm gonna go for greater production. So the brambles right here disappeared actually, which isn't good. Also, after you have the brambles right here, you can actually target this back on first. You just want it on strong. You just want it to go target around right here. You want it to target the top of the screen, not the bottom of the screen. You know, if it targets the top of the screen, it'll hit at the straight line and then still reach a top right here. Which is why this is an incredibly good Druid map. And the Druid start is pretty OP early game, I would say, on this map. It's definitely not a bad tower here. We ecoed with blacks for a little bit, and then we're gonna go back to whites because I kind of do want my banana plantation before I have to get up my Heart of Thunder. They're probably gonna be sending me a crop ton of yellows right here, and yeah, like I said, they're gonna be trying to send me a crop ton of yellows. So some people might just go for their Heart of Thunder, but I'm actually gonna keep farming. I think farming on is the move, and maybe even tower boosting might just be the move. Like, I'd rather tower boost than you know, I'd rather tower boost here. Yeah, I'll tower boost here. Yeah, actually, if I didn't send so many white balloons, I could have saved the tower boost. So that was my mistake. But even that we tower boost, I still think it's worth that we tower boost. So it's better to tower boost than to not be able to get our plantation. But what you guys should have done was not send that many balloons and which will slow your eco down a little bit. But I guess that's better than tower boosting, right? Like having a little bit less eco. But I went for the more eco route, so I went for more eco. Also, because my opponent doesn't have banana farms, we can go for a second farm. So they can't just like randomly all out me with regrow rainbows or something like that, you know? They don't have banana farms, so they don't have the option to just sell their farms and do stuff like that. Yeah, we'll go for a sub here, just in case if they want to send me purple balloons, who knows. They just instantly go for a reactor and they send me one set of purple balloons, or one set of purple balloons. Does not really do anything, alright? It doesn't really do anything. Do we farm on or do we wanna rush my opponent here? Okay, they're gonna send me a bunch of camo leads, in which I'm just gonna have to get on my defense on. I'm gonna just go for a reactor here. Just gonna play it safe. Plus, those lead balloons were extremely expensive to send. Yeah, I'm just gonna send them a little bit of a rush. So just a small balloon boosted rush. This should, okay, they tire boost with this, which is great. They use both their tire boost and their ability here, which is really bad for them. You do not want to use both your tire boost and your ability, you see? So that is a mistake that I sense. And now I'm gonna end the game, right? I'm gonna end the game now. So now that they have nothing to do against this, let me just end the game real quick. They try to go for a Spike Storm. I highly doubt they're gonna be able to afford their Spike Storm. And yeah, I have a little bit too many regrow rainbows on their screen. Yep, one more to go. Alright, our last and final match. 99 trophies right now. I remember the first time I was at 99 trophies, I was so scared. I was like so scared that I would lose a trophy, and then I had so much pressure. But right now I'm feeling super calm. Like after being in Hall of Masters for the past 5 seasons in a row, I think it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to get Hall of Masters. If you guys are struggling, make sure to like keep watching this video. I guess I'll show you guys some different maps. Like this map, I'm really happy that I played this video. A lot of people struggle this map. Including me, because I just missed my Agent Jericho. I needed to plop the Agent Jericho a tad bit earlier. Give. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so I missed my Agent Jericho a little bit. You want to put your Agent Jericho at the top, and you want to place a mortar right here, and obviously go my loadout. Mortar with plus heli. Also, we want to group eco, so not space eco. I sent a couple sets of space eco just to make them lose lives, because their mortar targeting is a little bit awkward, and they decided to start off with their hero instead of starting off with the mortar. So they got their round 1 hero, but ended up losing a bunch of lives for that. So that was kind of the trade-off here. I'm gonna go for Bernie stuff. You kind of do need the Bernie stuff, unfortunately, for white balloons, and even the Bernie stuff doesn't necessarily solo every balloon. It's kind of, I don't know, the mortar, I typically don't like it too much as a start, but I mean, you don't have that many options on this map, right? There isn't many options that you have on this map, because the platforms keep dropping, so you can't go any land towers. But you do have the heli to help out, though. The heli helps out. You're trying to layer on me, so send like reds, blues, greens, yellows. Oh my goodness, my mortar is missing pink balloons, going 1 mile an hour. My mortar do be missing pink balloons going 1 mile an hour. Come on. Alright, there we go. I think this solos. We might need a second upgrade though for white balloons, which we'll just go for. So yeah, on this map we don't have banana farms for obvious reasons. I might need to go for rapid reload, so therefore we need an eco. We need a max eco here. We just need to get as much eco as we possibly can. Oh, we're chilling against these white balloons. Against the black balloons though, I think we're gonna struggle. So also we're gonna steal from our opponent. Stealing is also pretty pretty important, I guess. If you don't have Jericho unlocked, I would go Benjamin. Oh, they have no money actually. I would go Benjamin, or either Benjamin or just not use any hero, I guess. And then I'm gonna go back to black balloons. I typically like to go back to black balloons round 6, just to send a bunch of yellows round 7. Because if you send a lot of yellows round 7, you can typically overwhelm your opponent. What I'm saying right now is obviously only applies to you if you don't have banana farms. If you have banana farms, you just send space balloons the entire game, or space balloons the entire early game. They go for 2 mortars. So right now my opponent has like nearly no eco right now. Their money game is not very good. They don't have a lot of money right now. Alright, they're gonna send me those. I'm actually gonna have to chill out here because I'm not gonna be able to pop all of them here. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna set this with follow mouse. So, Bernie stuff actually doesn't solo yellows. It gets pierce capped. So this can only hit 40 balloons per shot. And apparently there are too many purple balloons. Or too many yellow balloons. So after round 8, we're gonna wanna stop ecoing. So you see, they're making mistakes right now. They're still ecoing right now. But who knows, they might have a different loadout. But with this loadout, you wanna stop ecoing. Because if you keep ecoing, you're gonna have a hard time with regrow rainbows, with mid-game rushes. So if you're ecoing, you should always, like, if you don't have banana farms, especially if you don't have banana farms, you need to be careful mid-game. Like, not send too many balloons round 9 and not be too aggressive around round 9, 10, and 11. Because these rounds can be tough. So, on this map, because the platforms keep dropping, I'm just gonna get my heli up. I feel like that might just be the move. Yeah, just for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna get my Razor rotors up and ready. And let's see if they want to rush here. We have this on follow mouse, so anywhere we target, our heli is also gonna target, or heli is also gonna go there. So this is gonna be pretty interesting. Yeah, we're just gonna get all our defense ahead of time. Typically, I'll get my defense a little bit later. You know, I'll go for my defense later in the match. Yeah, or like later when they send us balloons. Only if they send us balloons will I go for my defense. But right now, I might just straight up go for all my defense for the sake of this video. And because I'm at 99 trophies and I don't want to, like, you know, accidentally lose a match. They are ecoing very hard right now. So that's something to take note of. I might just send them a small rush right now. Just a small rush. See what they do against this. And a bunch of black balloons underneath. Let's see if this forces a tower boost or anything. Nah, they're good against this. Yeah, they got their rotors. So that rush just forced up their rotors. Nicely done on my opponent's part. They waited, or they didn't. Sorry, they waited to get up their defense until I rushed them. So I had to waste money on rushing them before they decided to get up their defense, which is what I would have done. But like I said, I'm just gonna go for my defense ahead of time this match. Alright, so for fortified Moabs, those become a problem actually. Fortified Moabs do in fact become a problem, a little bit of a problem. They are max ecoing, so I'm not getting max steals on them, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm not getting a lot of money off stealing from them. But it's alright. Plus, the reason I go Agent Jericho is because the natural balloons and the scent balloons, they go different paths. And they actually get really obnoxious later on in the match. They get really obnoxious, so the balloon adjustment go really obnoxious because Agent Jericho buffs the natural balloons like crazy. So the natural balloons are gonna be obnoxious. You see, right now they're already starting to become a little bit crazy. There's ceramics on their side, while I'm just having straight up yellow balloons. Just having plain yellow balloons. They're having ceramics. They're having a bunch of random balloons, and it's only gonna get crazier as the game goes on. But I do have to be careful though. A glue would help out a lot, but I'm not gonna pop down the glue because it's just gonna disappear the other round, another round. So I'm gonna steal from them. I'm gonna send them a fortified Moab this round actually. I was planning to send them a BFB, but I'm just not gonna do that. I think a fortified Moab is worth it. Oh, I didn't get to steal from my opponent because it was down. Well, Jericho's down. Oh, they go for a Moab push for this, which is good. Which is a defense I'd like to force, and I did end up forcing it. Let's see if I can put Bloom by anywhere. I can't. All good here. Yeah, later we'll either go for the big one, or we'll go for maybe artillery battery. I think artillery battery is the better move. Yep, and there are gonna be AI ceramics coming out. I gotta make sure I pop those. Yep, you gotta pop those AI ceramics. Those become deadly if you don't pop them on time. Yeah, alright. And now I'm just gonna sell this one for an artillery battery. I think it's just worth getting. There's no point in not going for it. Oh, this is on set target. Shoot. Alright, let me just go for the artillery battery, alright? Like I said, this match I'm gonna get stuff ahead of time. Hopefully I don't have to use my ability here. I'm good. Alright. They are gonna especially have to get it up, even after they got up their mob shove. Look at my Moab balloon, my fortified Moab. It's still on their screen, even even though 3 rounds have passed. You see they have the tower boost because the natural balloons are getting a bit far. What I think they're gonna do is either go for a big one, or like me, go for an artillery battery. But their defense is not going to solo forever. So I'm just gonna send them one of these blockade Moabs just to distract the Moab shove. Oh, the Moab shove doesn't push this. What's this called? This block Moab. This decoy Moab. I think that's what it's called. Doesn't push a decoy Moab back. I guess I kind of sent it at a wrong time, I guess. All good, all good. We'll go for one of you. There we go. We are gonna just start spamming heli farms now. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a support Chinook. I think I'm gonna stop ecoing right now. I don't think either of us can pop a bad very well. I think stopping our eco is a good idea. I'm gonna go to 4,444, right? If the game lets me. No, I got a little bit too much eco. All good though, all good. Alright, well, we gotta make sure we can avoid our Bloons incineration at all times. So we just gotta make sure if they were to send us DDTs, we can just straight up get it up, alright? We can just get it up. We're not gonna go for it until they send us DDTs though. So that's the difference. We're not going for it yet. Just kidding. I think we're gonna go for it. We're losing to AI Bloons. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. We're losing to AI Bloons. They're still ecoing right now, which I personally disagree with. Yeah, they have Striker Jones, so they're gonna be able to buff so their mortar is gonna have a lot more value than mine. Yeah, but the reasons I didn't go Striker Jones is because on this map, you usually only plays 2 mortars. Mortar 1 and Mortar 2. So, that's why I only went for 1. We might also want a Bloon Solver later. Oh, I went for a Chinook on accident. I meant to go for an Apache. Here, instantly send them a fortified bad. Accidentally went for a Chinook. Let's see what they do. We might also go for special operations. Yeah, a special operations is worth going for. Right. Oh my gosh, I keep going for Chinooks on accident. We're just gonna tire boost immediately with a, oh my gosh, I keep going for the wrong upgrades. With this, and then with this, with a glue storm. Not sure if we're gonna be able to pop this bad, to be honest. Did they go for an Apache Prime? Oh, they do. They did go for an Apache Prime. Yeah. We'll send them we can't send them a decoy Moab? What? Alright, we'll go for an Apache Prime ourselves. We sold our special operations because the Marine doesn't look like it's doing very good right now. We'll go for another glue storm. Plus a tire boost. I don't think we needed the second tire boost, eh? Alright, we solo or bad. Alright, so we popped the bad actually. I didn't expect to be able to pop the bad this easily. I thought we would do a lot worse popping the bads. I have a lot more heli farms left though. I'll send them another bad round 32. Oh no, our glue storm's stuck. No. No, our glue storm's stuck in the bottom. Alright, I'm just gonna build more heli farms. Or not heli farms. Apaches. I might send them, I'll send them another one round 35, definitely. Sending another one round 35 is definitely worth, in my opinion. Nice, we have our glue storm back now. Oh my goodness. Alright, we'll send them one round 35 right now. Yeah, we'll bloom boost it. Yeah, I'll bloom boost it right now. We'll see how they want to defend this here. We'll go for a mortar. We gotta make sure we have D camos for DDTs. Oh, I accidentally went for shattering shells. Yeah, we gotta make sure we have D camos for DDTs. We gotta make sure our DDTs decamo the Bloons. They're gonna probably shred this bad pretty easily. Yeah. I want to send them another bad. Just sell an Apache to send them a bad. I feel like that's a bad idea. I'm just gonna send them another fortified bad right. Oh, my fortified bads are cheaper. I didn't need to sell that then. I forgot about that since I had Agent Jericho. Sell our Blue Storm. And I think they're pretty dead to this. There's not going to be all that much they can do to this fortified bad. Yeah. Let's give them a come at me. Yep, and there they go, dude. They go down to the fortified bad. You gotta know when to rush and when not to rush. My opponent right there, I think they kind of overestimated the helis. And I knew the helis, you know, helicopters don't exactly solo bads that well. And there we go. We're in Hall of Masters.